We're going to call the Warrick County Commissioners meeting to order. Today's July 22nd, 2024. Sheriff, can you please lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First order of business is the approval of minutes from the July 8th, 2024 regular session.
Motion to approve. Second.
No minutes were presented. You didn't send them to, okay. No.
Oh, next meeting, table that.
Table that.
Yeah, table it.
Okay,
Motion to table.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
What minutes? Did I see?
And next, pardon,
So what minutes did I read then? Because I read some.
we have a board appointment for a health board member. No nominations, so we'll table that.
I think the board appointments we need to table.
Can we table them both at the same time, Ken?
Yes.
Make a motion to table the board appointments for health board and BCA.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
My motion carries 3-0. Next order of business is the county administrator.
Thank you, Mr. President. Tonight I have a short consent agenda, the county auditor certified claims voucher report date July 17th, 2024, payroll voucher of 7/12/24, the treasurer's monthly report from June 2024, weights and measures monthly report June 16th through July 15th, 2024, and the clerk's monthly report for June 2024.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
My motion carries 3-0.
Okay, the next item I have is the county auditor uncertified claims voucher report date July 17th, 2024. There is one claim on that report. It is a credit card from our department. With all of the large purchases that were made, some payments got mixed up. We had payments made to the incorrect cards, and I'm working with the credit card company to have those fees reversed, but it was presented as uncertified because of the ordinance.
So does the payments need to be our legitimate payments? It's just fixing the source of where they're being paid from?
No, it's fees and interest
Okay.
on the credit card, which we shouldn't ever have, but had some problems with getting all of that hammered out to get those payments made. So they arrived late.
So when those are all straightened out with the credit card company, then you can request the fees be
Correct.
reversed. Okay.
So what do we do here? Just table this one until next meeting or what?
Well,
What do you want to do, Mike?
Mike Deach Auditor. I just wanted to bring to your attention, we've been having problems with our credit card payments being applied to cards that get mixed up. This card had this amount, this card had this amount. They apply this amount to this one. And I'd like to also let you know that I'm in the process of getting a new credit card holder, and that the new credit card holder will be ACH payments, so we can alleviate these problems from here on out.
Good deal.
So, but for today, this card has been paid, so there were no additional fees, correct?
Correct,
So if I can get those charges reversed, they would wind up as a credit on the credit card.
which is what we've had to deal with for,
So it's
Quite some time.
paid just uncertified, so.
yes,
So still need a motion to approve.
thank you.
So we need to approve this uncertified.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
I make a motion to approve the uncertified claim.
And I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
That's all I have. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Let's,
Next order of business is our Grants Development Director.
Let's go to 5.
I promised these guys I'd move him up on the agenda anyway. Sorry about that, fellas. Next order of business is our Acquisitions Administrator.
Good afternoon, Sherry Severs, Warrick County Acquisitions Administrator. And I have 5 items to address this evening. The first item is the presentation of the Tri-State Fire Protection internal inspections for dry and wet pipes sprinkler system. So pursuant to IC 52261, it's time for our internal inspection of the dry pipe sprinkler system and wet pipe sprinkler system at the Judicial Center. This inspection needs to be conducted every 5 years or sooner. And it involves disassembling approximately 20% of branch lines, cross mains, and 1 sprinkler head to check for blockage. If necessary, a recommendation for flushing the entire system will be provided based on the inspection results. And please note that these costs that I'm getting ready to present to you do not include a flushing cost. They only flush if they see the need to. So the internal inspection is $1,985. Additionally, if Tri-State Fire has to provide a lift, we would be charged an additional $750. I've discussed this with Heather Soberg, who has verified that since we have a contract with Tri-State Protection, the payment can come from contractual services, account 31400, which currently has a balance of $31,000. Today, I'm seeking approval for Tri-State Fire Protection's internal inspection of the sprinkler system and check valves at the Judicial Center. Total amount of the request is $1,985 with an additional $750 if a lift is needed, making a total not to exceed $2,735.
It's just for the AC, right?
Right.
Jerry, by chance, not to get too far off track here, but do you have the other buildings calendared? I know that there was an issue with an inspection at the current jail several years ago.
When it's due, when the next one's due?
Yep.
I will have to check that for you
Okay.
because I have not checked that.
Questions? Questions?
I don't think we've ever needed a lift before, have we?
I don't think so.
I don't remember. I don't
I thought
recall.
we always just used ladders.
Probably just ladders because probably wouldn't have to go much
Yeah.
higher than the ceiling.
But we can do a motion for making it not to exceed.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve the internal inspection of the sprinkler system with a total not to exceed $2,735.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
My motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Commissioners. The next order of business I have is a presentation of the J.E. Shekel quote for repair of the vent pipe. If you look at those pictures, the 1st of July, Josh Opperman noticed a potential issue in the wall on the east entrance of the courthouse. And the issue appeared to be water that had leaked and had stained the plaster. After further investigation by Josh, Heather, and myself, we found a leak on that 3rd vent stack that had the only one that has not been replaced. Brad and Josh have turned off the water to the vent stack and they've closed the men's bathroom stall until the repair can be completed to avoid further damage to the plaster. Pursuant to IC 36112 4.9, which relates to alternative procedures for projects costing less than a certain amount, I've included a proposal from J.E. Shekel to cut the wall and expose the vent stack, remove the damaged sections of the cast iron pipe and replace with PVC for a total of $4,819. Once this repair is completed, I can obtain a quote to replace the cutout drywall and repaint. I've discussed the finances with Heather, who informed me that the cost of this can be covered by the courthouse repair line item in the cumulative cap fund, which currently has a balance of $9,224. Today, I'm requesting a vote to proceed with the repair of the cast iron vent stack from J.E. Shekel in the amount of $4,819.
It's this building here. This building here.
Sherry, did they say how many feet of pipe they're gonna be cutting out?
They did not.
Probably about the same as the other two, I'm sure.
The price has gone up a little bit in a year's time. It's exceeded $500. It was $500 cheaper for our last repair.
It says bad sections, so there's more than one.
Same place as before. We've already had two of them.
I think we gotta do it. Motion to repair the pipe.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
My motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Commissioners. The next order of business is the presentation of utility vehicle for Sheriff's Department for the new Security Center project. Byron Sanders has informed me that a utility vehicle is becoming necessary as the site work is being completed on the 20-acre building site for the new Sheriff's Office and Security Center. The sheriff has expressed a clear preference for the Kubota from Hoff Equipment, which he believes is the most suitable option. He has got the quotes below. There are 2 quotes, 3 different pieces of machinery there. Byron states that the soft cost contingency budget, I think there's around 7.7 million, Byron, in that. Would cover the expense. He also noted that the vehicle will be used for snow removal and other ground maintenance activities in the future. I've attached the quotes for your approval, and I am seeking a vote to proceed with the purchase of the Kubota from Hoff Equipment in the amount of $20,500 from soft cost contingency budget for the new security center. And this would be pursuant to IC 522.10.2. Government discounts have been applied.
I think I had questions, but they've all been answered. Talked to Byron and the sheriff, and
Okay.
I'm good. Questions?
Sheriff, this isn't going to be used for anybody except for our contractors that we're using to monitor and watch the construction, correct?
Correct, Sheriff Mike Wilder. This isn't something if we have a bad guy out that we're going to use. This is a construction site for maintenance and on site. Maybe I didn't
My
understand.
concern is the people building the jail. I don't want this to be hauling concrete back and
No,
forth
they
or-
won't do that. I think that'd be up to you guys if you didn't want. We'd probably allow Garmong or someone to use it. Now Empire and some of them have all brought some utilities. I don't know, Garmong may have their own too. But that's not we're not building it for just anybody else or whatever like that.
Yeah, I think to Bob's point, Mike, was we didn't want it to be used as a construction, unit to build the jail to where then now the jail's built. Now you got a piece of equipment that's been,
Beat up and no
Beat
longer
up
useful.
and-
Yeah, I don't think that would be the case. We definitely will monitor that. Byron has kind of been on top of that. Been pretty good.
Contractors have their own, they're instructed in advance, this is not yours to use.
Yeah.
Sheriff, it's for you guys if you would want to go out and see the site.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
Thanks.
That said he didn't want it torn up.
Yeah. I have no further questions.
no, I think the Kubota's a good choice. And is this diesel?
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't go real fast, it's a.
No, it's
They come with
that's
wheels?
why I like the Kubota. That you get them in some of those Gators and John Deere's can go 40, 50 mile an hour and they get you in trouble. So I like the Kubotas. I think we've got one here and we've had pretty good luck with it. So
It comes with wheels.
Huh?
It comes with wheels.
this does come with wheels, I think. I make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Commissioners. My next order of business is a generator contract for the new generator for the new Highway Department District 1 building. Regarding the generator that was purchased and installed by Evapar for the new Highway Department District 1 building, I've attached a semi-annual preventative maintenance quote for your consideration. I have emailed conversation with Bobby Howard regarding the generator's planned maintenance agreement. He prefers Evapar for this generator due to discounts on parts and the correct warranty purposes. The second page on the back of your attachments lists the scope of work that is planned under that maintenance agreement. I broke down basically the overall, the planned maintenance here. And basically it's a semi-annual, two time a year visit, one full service at approximately 6 months intervals. This scope of work also provides labor, parts, travel time, and mileage. It is included in this amount. So what I'm asking for today is an approval of $1,005 planned maintenance agreement for the newest generator for Warrick County at the Highway Department building located at 4833 Prospect Drive. And I believe that's a Generac SG-130. Serial number, last four ending in 9390.
I have 2 questions. Where are you with the countywide contract for all the other generators?
Well, I guess we'll have to put it out for rebid. You guys did go ahead and approve for Kyle Clark to do the maintenance. He is starting that the week of July 22nd, which
Yep.
will be this week, and he'll have it all completed by the end of the week.
Bobby obviously thinks things brand new. There's no expediency to this, I don't think, is there?
No, it's just in keeping our warranty, and I think it needs to have its inspection on that 6 month period,
Yeah.
the initial inspection, and that's coming fairly close, I think.
That work doesn't have to be under contract, though. We can do that as a service call, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with them, I think so.
I guess my initial thought, just thinking off the top of my head, is, I'd prefer everything be wrapped up under one umbrella.
I understand. My understanding was the one guy removed
Beginning
his quote, so I was
Beginning to wonder if
trying to
that's
get
even
something done.
possible with these.
Yeah.
At that point. That's my questions.
No questions here.
So even if she goes back out to bid, this could still be wrapped up in it. I mean, can it not, could it not still be included in at a later date? I mean,
What's the term on this thing?
1 year, I believe, in it, Bobby.
Yeah, that's all we were looking at from the start.
I guess it could be, especially if they want it, so.
Yeah, it would just be depending where they're at. It's going to be depending how the calendar falls and all that. So, I think to Bobby's point, I think it's too big of expensive equipment to sit there and.
Who installed this one, Bobby?
Every power.
At the park.
I'd keep that consistent as far as keeping a warranty and everything. While this thing's under warranty, I think that we should use Evapar on it. That's just my thought.
I'm not questioning Everpar, I'm just questioning whether we put it under contract already. If it needs a service call, it needs a service call.
Sure.
That'll keep it under warranty. I don't care.
But I don't know
really.
what a service call is going to cost compared to
Just kinda-
this contract.
Kind of looking for the bigger picture here.
What do you do?
Kind of saying that.
I'll
review it.
support either way.
I don't think a service call is going to, it's $1,000 here. I don't think a service call is going to cover parts and everything as like this contract
I
would.
think you're wanting to see everything encompassed under one eventually.
Yes, I understand that. And I would too.
I don't disagree.
But until this warranty wears out, I don't know what the warranty is on it. Do you, Bobby?
I don't recall offhand. It
I would
was,
say.
It's usually a couple of years,
yeah, 2 or 3, I thought.
That long?
maybe. I don't care. Whatever you guys want to do. Dan, whatever.
Tell me what you want.
I just want to approve it.
Motion approved.
You want
Second.
All in
me to
favor?
Select prepaid or billed. Of course, we don't do prepay, so
Yeah, just mark
approve
the
it based on the
second.
billed terms.
Yeah, but I think there's a box underneath to mark just to bill us then.
Yeah.
And I think I marked that on that contract, didn't I, Heather?
No, that's okay. We'll
Okay,
mark it.
so
Yeah.
first
Oh, yeah,
and
you did
second,
mark it.
all
Okay.
in favor?
Do the build part.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Commissioners. And my last order of business is declaration of surplus for some miscellaneous items from the JC. And this is pursuant to IC 522-22-8, basically worthless property. And I'm seeking approval from the Commissioners today to deem the items in this picture below listed as worthless property that's currently in the turkey room.
Is this out of a catalog or someplace? This is not in our facility, is it?
That's, he moved it all to one
I've
area.
never seen this in
Wow.
7 years.
That's the work of Josh Opperman.
That's the work,
That's-
yeah, I wanted
That's, that's
kudos
pretty
to Josh.
impressive.
That is impressive.
yeah.
And we're doing an inventory list and also an order list so that we can get stuff just in time when we need it, not have an abundance of supplies costing the county extra money. So most of this stuff that's in this second picture, this is just old desk that came out of the auditor's office when they replaced those during that carpet renovation project. So most of it is worthless. I guess we could put maybe that in the scrap bin at the highway department.
Anyone?
No.
Make a motion.
Make a motion to approve the surplus property.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Okay, we're gonna go back up to the grants director.
Air conditioner's working good today.
You're gonna have to talk louder, Terry.
Debbie, you're up.
Good evening, Debbie Bennett Steersman, Grants Development Director. I apologize, I
Debbie.
was hooked up on something downstairs.
Can you do me a favor?
What?
Stephen has a commitment, I think, with football program. Can you do their request first?
Now, who was it?
Let's see, what item are we looking at here?
Is the rescue equipment?
Yes.
Okay, I'll start with that. So there has been a request from the county ARPA funds from Ohio Township Fire Department, and let me get this out. Maybe give you one other. They are looking at purchasing equipment for trench cave-ins, and what you're getting there is the quote that they gave me for the amount of money. That's the wrong thing. Okay, and I'm going to read the reasoning behind purchasing it. Thank you. That was given to me. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, between 2011 and 2018, 166 workers have died in trench cave-ins in the United States. In 2022 alone, 39 workers were killed in trench cave-ins, the most in a single year since 2005. The Ohio Township Fire Department, in concert with the Boonville Fire Department, identified a gap in coverage for trench cave-in collapse rescue response in Warrick County. This gap was identified by accessing the regional capacities of other agencies, of other agencies to assist the Warrick County Fire Departments in the response to a trench rescue incident. Currently, Warrick County Fire Departments would rely on responses from either Evansville Fire or Owensboro Fire for a trench rescue incident. The responses from those two departments would only be possible if their equipment and personnel are available. These responses would also be a delayed response due to notification and travel time. With Warrick County being one of the fastest growing areas in the state of Indiana, large numbers of infrastructure projects have and are currently occurring in the county. With these infrastructure and other projects in Warrick County, risk increases for trench cave-ins collapse when the soil is distributed during these projects. Warrick County in some places has soil classified as Class C disturbed soil, translating to weaker soil when excavation for these projects are occurring. In April 2024, said departments, along with the Owensboro Fire Department, conducted a trench rescue operations technician course for members of all three agencies. This course boosted the number of trained trench rescue personnel in both departments to a total of 23 personnel. With trained personnel and the request for industry standard equipment, this would allow the Ohio Township and Boonville Fire Departments to provide trench rescue response services to the entirety of Warrick County in a timely and efficient manner. And to go along with that, you have in front of you a quote from Atlantic Emergency Solutions. The quote was dated July 17th, and the amount of money total is $118,411.44. And they are asking that in ARPA funds.
Is Boonville don't putting forth any monies at all?
I cannot answer that. I bet somebody can.
It's got his wallet out.
Stephen Byers, Boonville Fire Chief.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, so currently we've spent several thousands of dollars to get our personnel through training, to get the certifications. It was a week-long course, plus all the safety equipment that is required from those individuals. So we have probably, I think we've spent maybe about $9,000 so far just for the personnel within our department. So that's what, and currently we're funding the water rescue equipment, which we respond everywhere in the county, and we're funding that solely on our own. And then us and Ohio have kind of gone in together to try to make this happen.
This is a partnership?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who else can give us keys?
Yeah, we should call Mike. And guys, this is just trench rescue. This is nothing silo? Wilson, you're next.
Jeremy Baxter, Deputy Chief, Ohio Township Fire Department. We also have included, it's not on there for extra grain bin stuff. We have some equipment for grain bin, Boonville has. We can put those together for a response. We will, however, be purchasing a couple more augers to go along with it. That's not on the quote from Atlantic. That will come out of our training budget.
Got it.
And most importantly, Jeremy, this, again, can't reiterate this enough. This is for not only, I mean, this is countywide.
It's countywide.
But you'll be, if you're called even in District 10, probably you would assist if need be. So,
We would go outside work if we needed to.
So this serves our rural community real well. And the other thing that really appeals to me is you guys are working with Boonville. You guys are working together, and that's really appealing to me.
When you look at the technical rescue aspect, it's about how many people can I put on site quickly. We're a combination department. Boonville is a combination department. If we tone both departments immediately, I'm dumping 10 to 12 people certified and trained on site within a matter of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to make us successful, is being able to get those people with the right equipment on time, on scene in a meanly matter of time. Sorry.
Okay.
And this purchase would allow you guys to use some of your money to buy the auxiliary stuff that needs, like you're going to need a very sizable trailer to transport this stuff. And
Right. We're going to provide the trailer and the vehicle to which we'll tow the trailer.
Yeah.
We'll also be providing the housing for it. But it will give us the opportunity to train yearly
Yep.
and to be able to train more than once every year, once every couple of years.
All right. We got any questions for the president of the board, Mr.
I don't have any
Wilson?
questions.
Mike, just come on up and introduce yourself.
Yeah, come on up, Chad.
Mike Wilson, Township Board. Just to go along with that, we are putting a training ground in and we are producing a trench rescue training ground. So we'll have 4 different trenches within that ground. So 4 foot, 5 foot, and 6 foot. So they can use the small strut, medium strut, and the large strut. So we're not digging holes all over to practice. We can just go in the backyard and it's there.
Do you have a diagram of that with you?
I do not.
That's impressive. He showed me yesterday or day before.
So along with the truck and the trailer and the housing and the training ground.
So
We'll have a little money.
So Mike, just the purchase of those, I call them shipping containers. You the township spending what?
Well,
40?
with our training ground, we're doing Connex boxes, shipping containers. I've secured 12 of them already, so it's roughly $38,000 just for that.
And some will be underground.
Yeah, we're going to create a walkout basement and a 4-story building.
So cool.
I didn't know that. That's great.
And trench will go along with that. And along with that, we're producing a 20-foot box to put a manhole on the top of it, and it's confined space. So these guys are going to go down underground and crawl up the pipe.
There's 18-inch pipes, so Wilson and I are out.
Yeah, we're out.
That's what I was thinking.
So we have a little investment. I understand it's a big investment on your side, but we'll have 50 grand into this pretty quickly.
Well, I think it's worth it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mike. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
All right.
My motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. I'll go back up to the first item, which is approval of a grant the health department received. Sorry. It's right in front of me. The health department received a grant for 250 naloxone doses, application doses from the Indiana Department of Health, partnering with the Overdose Lifeline ODL, who will be shipping the kits and overseeing the kit distribution. In order to move forward, need a motion to sign the agreement with the local health department and the Indiana Department of Health and the Overdose Lifeline. Do you want to look at it, Andrew? Have you seen it? It's just one page.
I think you sent it to me.
Okay, there's no funds. It's just the actual doses.
Anyone?
Hmm?
Said anyone?
No questions.
No questions for me.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
My motion carries 3-0.
Okay, the next item is signage for the health department where they are currently located. The health department met 2 weeks ago and looked at the information, and they approved first the signage that is in yellow from Phillips Sign and Graphics. They did get quotes from 2 companies. What the company is going to do is cover the same amount of space, 12 windows and 1 door, as you see below. The design includes graphics of your choice and hours of operation on the door. There's a slight difference in film thickness, but it was minimal, and 10% difference in the perforated areas, but will not significantly affect the lighting. So the health board has approved the final proof below, and what's typed below it is what you're going to see along the bottom on the windows, the little spaces where there's writing. And the price is $2,028. They also asked for road signage and cardinal sign, if you turn it over, provided a quote of $957.96 for signage, a new acrylic panel with logo and installation to fit the current sign. Phillips Sign and Graphics does not do this type of work, so they only got one, and that was from Cardinal Sign. And that was for $957.96. So the total request from ARPA is $2,985.96. And as you see on the back, that's what the sign's going to look like.
I'm going to ask a stupid question
I'm
here.
getting ready to ask a stupid question after you.
Okay. What's the phone number? Who's the phone number for on the sign?
I'm going to let Sherry tell you this.
And if we're using 2 offices, can our sign be bigger? Can we use up 2 spaces? Who's that 202-8205?
I don't have a clue.
I mean, are we calling AT&T? Are we calling Edward Jones? Or what I worry about that setup, if that's where it's going to be, somebody's
They're
going
gonna
to be calling
think
that.
that's Warrick County.
They're going to think that's the Warrick County.
That's the owners.
Hmm?
That's
Is that the owners? The Schnell?
So that could come down.
I would doubt it.
Before it comes down, I'd use that number to call them to ask them to replace this tarp over the door.
I think, if I understood Marlon correctly, Mr. Schnell is working on that currently. He'd got some estimates together.
Okay.
Might be able to talk them into redoing that part of the sign.
Well, then my second thing is if we're taking up, are we taking up 2 spaces in that building?
Right now, just one.
Just one.
There's still one extra space.
So if there's 1 extra space and this goes away, there's a slot that's open. My opinion is we make this bigger.
Mhm,
That's just my 2 cents. Anyway, see how big Edward Jones is?
mhm.
But you're going down that highway, that's going to be hard to read, but of course I'm blind and deaf and dumb. So, but if you can make it bigger, if you can use 2 spaces, that would be my 2 cents. But we might be too far down the road to even change that because you got quotes here. But anyway,
I can sure check that out.
Question?
No.
I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the Phillips Sign and Graphics as well as the roadside signage.
second,
Want to ask your question? Won't hurt.
I just think bigger's better. I mean, people going down the highway, it'll be more noticeable if they can, but if they can't, they can't.
We've got a first and a second, all in favor.
All right.
All right.
Our motion carries 3-0.
Regarding that, Dan, we should be getting our appraisals back, I believe, the 28th of this month. Do you want to hold off on that one until you see what you're going to do there?
You might, because that number could be coming down. That's my
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, and then we
I didn't
can
wanna-
make a bigger sign.
Put Dan's number up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For a good
whatever
time.
you all want to do there. Because that's just right around the corner for us.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
makes sense.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item that I have is approving the contract with Hope for Warrick County. Last meeting you did approve, or 2 meetings ago, you approved opioid funds in the amount of $28,665.39. After that appeared for the county council and they approved that appropriation out of the opioid restricted funds. So Andrew worked on a contract and I just got it back today from them. And I'm just asking you to approve the contract.
In order,
Yes.
make a motion to approve the contract.
Second.
All in favor.
All right.
All right.
My motion carries 3-0.
Okay, the next is TRICAP called and asked if there was any funding we had that they could get $2,500 to get a new AED machine at their Boonville TRICAP office. They have been trying to raise donations for it, haven't got a good response so far. She asked about the opioid funds, but I'm not certain that after I read all of the requirements in the restricted funds, that actually works for the opioid funds, maybe, but you could use unrestricted funds or you could use ARPA interest. It's 2,500.
Thank you.
Those things were coming down in price.
Hmm?
Those things were coming down. Expensive. Terry, what's your thoughts?
I'm fine with it. I remember seeing an email. It's an AED machine. I know that they're required to be in buildings. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it.
I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
Make a motion to approve.
Which
Second.
funding source?
I'm fine. where you
Interest.
have it.
Interest. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Got a first and a second.
So we got a first and a second coming out of interest. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0.
The next thing that I have, I received a request from, just recently, from Studio B. They are doing now campaigns for drug education at all of the schools. And I'll read what they're saying for you all. They wrote a song, "What Will You Do If the Drug Calls You?" And this is what is going to kick off their educational campaign. I could read you the verses, but
Are
I'm
you gonna
not.
sing it?
No, I don't even know how it goes.
You can't sing it. You can't do it.
But they've got the lines in here, and they said the sheriff really liked it. That's what they put in their email. They're going to start presenting. He might be able to sing it.
Oh,
Yeah, but
duo.
he likes Kentucky.
So they did present it to the sheriff, and to the school superintendent, and they both liked it very much. So they would be going to school for visits for various things, and their school visits would be $6,000 for the month of October. They also want to do a public service announcement and video to share online about drugs, and that project would be $7,500. They're implementing drug-free programs at Warrick County school families at Studio B during the 24-25 school year. The budget for that is $10,000. Next summer, they would like to buy otter tickets to provide 4,000 tickets to Warrick County residents. I don't quite understand how that's drug-related, but it's in here to share the platform for the drug-free message. That's 4,000 tickets at $2 a piece, which is $8,000, making a total ask of $31,500 from the opioid restricted funds.
Debbie, do you have a handout on this?
No, it was just an email. So you can have my email, and that's exactly how, I don't have any details other than what they gave me.
I think there's parts of it I like
Yeah,
and parts I have
parts of- yeah,
questions on.
exactly.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Would you please share?
Yeah, the song or the email. They did go on to say that their events in 2023 were a success with over 3,000 individuals. As you know, we have been sharing the message of proud to be drug-free with our B community. This includes special B events, school events, family outings, and this would assist in doing what they're asking for. So absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am.
Just a couple. No, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we got enough questions where I want to table it for a meeting.
That's fine.
Can we get you some questions to I'm not
Absolutely.
sure where this came
I'd
from.
like to maybe call Randy and talk to him a little bit more.
That's perfectly fine. So you just want table?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to table until our next meeting.
Second.
Have a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
And I had one more to add that just for consideration that was just given to me from the EMA. They would like to purchase 200 emergency weather radios. They're $27.90 a piece. And they want to create a program to hand out the radios for families who do not have phones or families who can't afford weather radios and families who are not around a current weather siren. And they will have to sign for the radio and show proof they live in Warrick County. And that total ask is $5,580.
How would you vet people just from trying to get radios and
Matt Gable, EMA director.
that?
When actually in the talks with Gibson County's EMA director, they're doing the same program as well. So we would look at the underserved areas of the communities and see if someone doesn't have, the funds for, a smartphone, or, they're living in poverty where they don't have, enough funds, and that lives away from the tornado sirens, then we would look at that, and that's how we would hand them out. Because right now with, the weather sirens and stuff like that, my goal is trying to replace them and get new ones. But for right now, we don't have that option. So the next best thing is having other options for people in Warrick County to have chances to take cover and stuff. Weather sirens or weather radios is the next best thing if no one lives near a tornado siren, until I get enough funding together to replace the sirens that we have now that are outdated. It's just other ways I'm trying to help Warrick County residents if they're not around tornado sirens.
I know in the past there have been grants to EMA departments for these, and I don't know how many years ago that has been. Are there any grants on the radar to provide these?
No.
No, there's not.
That's-
Because I worked with Gibson County for the radios. They're giving out more radios, but I worked with them on the same program and there wasn't any. No.
Gotcha.
I mean, right now it's hard for EMAs to have grants and stuff because they're not coming, like they used to. So we have to find other ways and means to try to help with what we have.
How are you gonna, when people come in, you're gonna make them prove that they live in Warrick County? How are you gonna make them prove that they're
You have to live in Warrick
part
County.
of who you want to give these to?
I mean, we would make sure that they live in Warrick County first. We have a book now that people, if they want a weather radio, they have to sign and put their address and their phone number and everything down right now.
I guess what I'm asking is if these are to serve people who live outside of hearing distance from a siren, are you gonna check that?
Yeah, because I have the locations of all the sirens in our county. I mean, like I said, this is another way to prevent someone from, passing away if we're not able to, have an iPhone or a smartphone now, or that doesn't live near weather sirens at all. I mean, until I get the new weather sirens, I'm trying to help the communities in any kind of way I can.
And have you got an idea what those numbers look like? I mean, have you done any kind of study to say, hey, we have 500 residents that are in those types of situation, and I guess I'm more referring to in areas that can't.
I had, to be honest, no, I have not. The only study that I've done so far is the tornado sirens and the projections that they go. So the ones we have now only go half a mile. The ones that I want to get for the county go a mile's distance. So that gives extra range for people. And also I'm looking to see through area planning of where the growth is in Warrick County and put tornado sirens there. But until then, I have to have other means to help this residents of this county.
I guess my thing again is I think it's a great idea. I want to make sure they get into the right hands. People just come up here and say, give me a radio, and they walk out.
Yeah.
It's hard to hear those sirens when your house is getting beat up by trees. I'm just saying.
I did come out and check on you.
You did.
It's just my job as an EMA director is to prepare and mitigate and response and recover for Warrick County. And that's my goal as taking the EMA director.
You build him a bunker.
Please.
You have time to put in for that grant. 25, there's only 25 they'll select, but they do have that right now.
That's true.
not worth it.
That is. I said that to my daughter. I did. Yeah. Yeah, Bob. 25 people.
Then
All
I'm
right, get that.
then I'm
In the
gonna
whole
need Ohio
United States.
Township.
Oh,
Oh, I thought it was in the
Oh,
whole United States, just in the
The
state.
whole state.
Then I'm gonna need Ohio Township to come and get me out of there.
we'll be up there eventually.
They'll be well equipped.
I already put in for it, so you,
Oh,
it's
did
already
you?
taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
24
Commissioners,
left.
I will entertain a motion for this request.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Matt. I don't know where we're at with funds and stuff. I mean,
You okay, Deb?
So yeah, for that request, you are, yes, out of the regular ARP money.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
My motion carries 3-0.
And I did skip one item, I'm sorry.
You want me to address that one since I
Yes, you
requested
go
it?
right ahead.
I asked Debbie to put another request back on here, and I don't expect a decision today, but I would just like to bring it back to light. We have a building over on Main Street, the old historic jail, one of the 3 National Register buildings in the county. And this thing has kind of slid off the radar from all angles. It's sitting there. A nonprofit organization did spend some money and have the nastiness from inside the building gutted out. And I would like us to reconsider at some point as some sort of an obligation for the historic jail. Don't have a particular amount of money in mind. I just want to bring it back to the top of the conversation. So not necessarily a request, just informational.
Okay. We can talk about it.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Deb.
Debbie.
That's all. Next order of business is County Engineer, Highway Superintendent,
I have nothing tonight.
Okay.
Thank you.
County Attorney.
Nothing tonight.
I have nothing.
I have nothing.
Last motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.